Hi, this is Jelly Bling. How are you today? Today's project is number 4 in the Season of Chic bundle, this little series I'm doing. And bows shouldn't be falling off, so just pretend like you didn't see that. I'm going to glue it. Anyhow, this is the project. Wasn't that beautiful? These papers that go with this bundle, this product suite, it's just beautiful. So this one is focusing on the flowers. We've done snowflakes, we've done just words, we've done the seashells, that was fun. And lastly will be the leaves. And I have all the papers picked out. They're so pretty together. I can't wait to do that project either later today or tomorrow. But for today, let's do summertime flowers. So we'll use the Season of Chic stamp set and the Chic dies, which is a really big set. And here we go. Okay, so let's start out with doing the base paper. So I'm going to fold this in half, and you can use your score tool if you like. But sometimes my folding in half is pretty good, so I'll just stick with that. And then the top half gets folded back. No measuring, no ruler required. Okay, so we have that. Excuse me. So now on the mechanism piece, which is the soft succulent piece, this paper is cut to, I think it's 6 3/8. 6 3/8 by 3 5/8. And I'm going to score it every 2 1/8 inch. So in your head, are you doing what's 2 1/8 plus 2 1/8, which is 4 1/4? You can do it that way if you like, or the easy way is put this to 2 1/8, score it, and then flip it over 2 1/8 and score it. So that's done. Plunk. Okay, so we can score this one, and if it works out, okay, this one came out perfect, which is nice, but the sample one, it came out that one side was just a little bit longer. Put that part on the front, and you'll never see it. Okay, so let's just start assembling this. This is to cut out flowers. Okay, and these, is there a right side up, upside, maybe that way. This flower looks like it's looking at me. So just put adhesive. You could do your stamp and seal or liquid glue, whatever you like. I do a combination of both. Before it was just my tape runner and that's it. But lately I've become a glue girl. Okay, and I would put these pieces on, but I'm going to stamp on them first, so I'll wait for just a minute. The base paper, I will put this on. And you know what? Now that I'm doing this, I'm going to opt for glue, and I say that only because after this card was finished, there's a lot of pressure from the mechanism, and it was kind of pulling this up just a little bit and pulling this one up, and I didn't like seeing it kind of gap open. Like this one here, I didn't fix it. See how you could see that just kind of hanging there? Not that I'm that much of a perfectionist, but I like things to be good. Oh, isn't that pretty? What would happen? Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, but you know what? It kind of messes with the vibe. I've got the kind of the natural woodsy vibe going. That's so pretty though. But if you wake up, you're doing this project and you feel a little sparkly, that print just might be the one. I think I'm going to turn it over, only because this looks a little wood grain here, and I like to see that. And I just stuck my finger in glue. That's okay. I do that all the time. Okay, and then, you know what? Let's be smart about this and put the glue on here. I can do that. Well, that worked out a lot easier. And I can move it. After it sticks down into this glue, it's not going anywhere. So to keep up on the bow drama, remember yesterday or the last video how he went to the doctor because those little bumps on his tummy were kind of coming back again. They said, oh, just put him on antibiotics for a few weeks. Bo loves that because that means he gets eggs for breakfast every morning. And he didn't gain any weight this time. Every time we go in, he weighs more. And then we get in trouble. We're like, he's been through dog-a-paws. Don't be so hard on him. But I know it's healthy for him to stay at a good weight. Okay, so all these little pieces, which come in the bundle, are going to be cut out of white paper. And that's because we're going to apply color. Oh, you know, while I have the glue. Did you see how that bow fell off of the glue dot? It kind of drives me crazy when that happens. Maybe I just don't smush it down hard enough. But when I do my little glue trick, it's not going anywhere. Okay, back on task. So we're going to cut everything out of white. And when you look at this, you could see 3 flowers, 2 little ones, 1 bigger one. Then there's this outline circle. And this piece here goes right over the top. I'll show you about that in a minute. And then there's leaves. And we will use sponge daubers to color them in. Probably didn't need that much paper. Oh, but you know what? I'm going to do 2 of each. 2 of the big flower, 2 of the circle type flower, this kind of half one, 2 of those, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves. Okay, have them ready. Leaves, leaves. So when I saw this leaf at first, I was like, well, does it lay on top of something? Because there's these little pieces. It's not perfectly smooth on the outside edge. I guess everything can't be perfect. But it turns out to work really well and look really, really good. So then there is this flower. That's done. There's this little, so there's 2 different size leaves. This is a smaller one. And this piece here perfectly will fit back behind there, but we'll do some sponging first. Just looking at these pieces, can't you tell how pretty it's already going to be? This is a fun bundle, especially with the paper. Oh my gosh, I love the paper. Those little polka dots on the petal pink with polka dots. Oh, I love that paper. I end up wanting to use it on everything. Okay, I'm just going to have a mess. That's the same as that one. Here's one more leaf. So when we do the dauber with the sponge, if you want your leaves and flowers to be dark, go right from the ink right onto these little die cut pieces. I tried to make them a little bit more soft and pastel, but whatever you like is fine. But maybe I'll try it a little bit darker this time. This is like punch cutouts. When you're in the back of the car going on a family trip and your parents give you the book that hasn't been opened. And you got coloring, you got puzzles in there. You get to do all of your favorites first. Okay, so let's get to applying color to these pieces. So here's the daubers. Keep that nearby. Soft succulent and petal pink. So I'm just going to put a little color in the center. And the less ink that's on the dauber, the softer your colors will go. So it's pretty dark, but it looks good. Like I said, this one I'm going to try a little bit darker. Just a hint of color. This outline gets no color. No color. This piece here gets color in the center. Ooh, look at that glow. That's pretty. And then color on the outside edges. And a lot of the overlay, that flower, will cover the edges, but sometimes you could see just a little bit. There's a few gaps in the overlay, and you could see the color there. And then also, when it's on here, you could still see just a little bit of the color there. So after the flowers are done, I put metallic pearls in the center of them. And at first I was thinking, oh, keep it really fresh and white and bright and a pastel color. But that kind of got lost on the flower. But the metallic, what do they call them? Rustic metallic adhesive back dots. The color of these picked up the espresso and the darker tones in here. And I think they look great. Okay, so leaves, leaves. Oh, on that one I did 6. Here I have 4. Let's try it with 4 leaves. Just a hint of color. That might be too slight of a hint. Oh, this one I was trying to do darker. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's good. Oh, and then and if you happen to wrinkle your leaves while you're doing this, that's okay. Like that. This one I'm trying to do darker. Maybe on the end it could be darker. Oops. Just don't want it freckled like the end of the dauber. I want it to be a little bit softer. But I do want color on there. Ooh, that one's nice and dark. Okay, that's good. And I purposely want them different tones of soft succulent, just because sometimes I'm artsy like that. Yeah. Okay, petal pink is still open for a reason, and that is for these pieces that go on this mechanism panel. So the stamp, this one right here, which is this one, I'm going to go full strength, stamp off, just a hint. And I'll hold it up here close in person. It's just so delicate. It's so pretty. At first I put just a few of these down at the bottom. And then with my flowers, I covered it up. It's like, I kind of like that. Here, I'll hold it up here just a second. Let me finish up with this one. Oop, there's a dog looking at me. Let's see if he knocks. No knocking yet. Okay, so I'll hold this up close. Can you see just the hint of color on there? It's so pretty. It's so delicate. I love this. Okay. So for the words, I think that dog is going to want in. I'm going to do, in the soft succulent, I'm here for you. Oh, he's knocking. Right like that. And then on the inside, thinking of you. He's so funny. I never knew a dog to do that. So you know he was there and he was just hitting the door like, let me in. Let me in. And then he walked away. It's like he gave up on me. Cool. Okay, so let's stick down these. And I have a hint on putting this together. So you'll be able to fold it and put it into an envelope. So we'll do that next, and then we'll kind of decorate it with flowers and the brush brass butterflies. I still love those. I'm so happy they're in this current catalog. They are a little expensive, but they're really pretty. Okay. Isn't that nice? Okay, so this piece is going to go on the inside. So to assemble this, have it opened up, have this piece folded up, put glue all over this. I'm trying to get close to the edge because that's where most of the pressure is going to be. Then put it right in the middle. Then flip this one over, put glue on just half of it, or not less than half of it. Get it close up to the edge. Then put glue right in here, close to the edge. Then close that. So hopefully before it gets too dry, I'm going to open it up and kind of flatten it out. Close it. Make sure that it'll close. Most important, it will close. When you open it up, if there's like a little bowing, like if I push this down, it gets close. But a little bit of bowing is just to be expected, and that's due to the thickness of the papers. But you definitely want it to fit into an envelope. So this right here is most important. And then that's centered perfectly over there. And before the glue dried, I think it's dried now, I was making sure that this is parallel. This, it looks like it might be a little bit bigger, but I just didn't want it all crooked. So you kind of have to act quick before the glue dries. Just a little bit, if possible. But right there, that's what's most important. Okay, so now for decorating. Let's put on, oh, we have to make our big flowers. And this time, I did 100% glue on the back of this to stick it to this panel right here, this little flower cutout. But I might be, yeah, that's pretty much 100%. Oh, and to get this lined up, if you were to look at the flower, right there, that's the deepest indent. Same with this piece here. The same with this right here. Right there is the deepest indent. So that hopefully will help line it up. And there's one of the flowers. Isn't that just sweet? With a little glow in the center. Okay, so we'll do that one more time. So this is a gotta have it box, or if you gotta have this bundle, and you order through me between now and 1 week from today. What is today, the 19th? So by the 26th, I would love to send you the card kits for all 5 of these. And I'll cut paper, like by order by the 26th, so I'll cut paper on the 27th. Okay. Gotta have it. I gotta have it. I love this one. So let's put some dimensionals on the back of the big flower. Evan and Michaela, still working on their invites and all their stuff. But I could use that paper. No one knew. I'll put this one here. So it's okay if it goes over this crease, but you just have to be careful on the inside. Like this panel, you don't want anything over this crease, otherwise when you fold it up, it's going to get smushed. And then the same thing with this panel, you don't want anything going over that crease. It's okay to go over this one, because that just hangs over the edge. This one can go here. Oh, and you know what? When I put it here earlier, I'll show you what I'm doing here in just a minute. Just a little bit of glue on that one side. You're like, wait a minute, you just put dimensionals there. But there's a reason. I'll show you. So, okay, it's on dimensionals. Right here underneath is where I put the glue. That's just to hold it down, because on the sample card, this panel kept on running into that when it was trying to close. As soon as I glued it, it was just fine. Okay. And the flowers on the front, do one of these. That's going to go on with a small dimensional. And the flowers on the back could go on with the dimensional, but these, I'm going to put them on with liquid glue this time. Because when I put them on here with dimensionals, they look great and everything, but when you go to close it, it's like, you could tell how thick it is right there. Okay, so this one I'm using a flat flower. So on this one I'm going to use a kind of the rounded flower. And because I'm going to put the gem in the center of that, I'm fine if you could see the dimensional. Just like that. Then these can go on. I think that one needs a little more attention. It's about to jump up off the page. Right there, and I'm avoiding this crease right here. Okay, that looks good. Okay, since I have the glue out, let's do some leaves. The bow is going to go right here. So this one, ooh, that looks good. And a little leaf. It's almost tropical looking, huh? Okay, those look good. And this one I'm going to have overlap the other leaf just a little bit. Okay, and 2 more leaves for here. That one looks good there. I think it has to be under the big one. About like that. So it's summer, and Tony's working. He's being a bus driver right now. Like, wait a minute. How can you be a bus driver in the summer? There's no school. There's no kids there. They have the little ones, the kindergartners, the soon-to-be kindergartners doing a summer program where they go in, they get picked up at 9:30. Nice. They stay for just a few hours, so they get used to riding the bus. They get used to going to school. The parents love it because they have 2 hours to do all the things parents need to do. So it's a good thing. So today, as he says, he's driving the Twinkie, but this is the mini Twinkie, like one of those little short buses. But could you imagine? I remember when my kids started going to school, I was such a clingy parent. I had to know everything. Had to do everything, had to be there for it all. The big ones, I'm going to put the little bits in them. These little ones. Okay, so it's kind of opposite. Big flower, gets a little center because it fits perfectly in that hole. The little flowers, for instance, this one, it's got that gap in there. I need to cover that gap. That gets a big one. What happened to that? A little one. Oh, and then we have to do the butterflies too. 2 butterflies. Okay, isn't that looking pretty? I love this project. The fun fold, not too hard either. Little butterfly. Is that a yuck? It's almost coming off. I don't know what that is. It's an opportunity for a butterfly. And a big one. Big one and a little one. I'm here for you. Thinking of you. So there it is. That is today's project. So pretty. It's a fun fold. Have one more to go in this series, and it will be the fall card. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, see you next time. Bye.